Hello, everyone. I want to give a quick analysis of some of the shares that I am currently trading right now and the evaluation and reasoning that I'm using. Please note that just because I am trading these or I've entered these or that I'm sharing these, please do not buy any of these. Okay? Please do not buy any of these. This is only for learning purpose, learning the analysis and the way that one of the ways to observe and to evaluate the price movements of stocks. Okay, so the first one I'm looking at is JSW Steel, which I just recently entered. Right here is my entry point at 645 rupees. Okay, and I'm using three moving averages: the 20, the 60, and the 200. All right, you'll see that the 200 is up there, and the 20 is above the 60. So this is the 20 and the 60 being below the 200 is not that good. Okay, it is not that good, but just this factor, the 20 above the 60 is what I'm looking at this point. But I entered with only a small amount. Okay, just because I want to see the movement that I would get. So I entered right at 645 and put my stop loss at 560, which seems to be a point of resistance or point of support. Now, the best point of support will be right down here at 517.80. But I didn't want to go that far. I didn't want to risk that much. I'm taking a smaller risk by doing this. So in case it comes down to this, I'll sell and get out. But although that's quite a bit, let's see, the amount that I would lose would be approximately 17, 18%, or 19%. See, that would be a big loss. But I only put in a small amount, and so just testing out the waters. Now, as soon as it went above my entry and came this far, or already what I'm noticing is that there is resistance right here. See that? At 673.90, I'm already facing resistance. So I will not make add another trade of a few more shares only after it crosses this level and confirms it. So that's JSW Steel, and note that it is also coming near the all-time high. So I'm not putting a lot into it unless I see a strong move. Next one is ITC, which is something I entered earlier and I exited already, and I made about 10,000 rupees on this earlier. But I re-entered because I noticed the movement is continuing, and I was observing this kind of a trend line, but this has crossed that trend line, continues to go up, and my new entry is right here at 307.2. And my new stop loss is at 284.05. So I've re-entered, and let's see what happens. And I'm noticing a resistance right here. So if that's from the way back in the history of the stock. So I'm just observing to see, and already I saw a resistance right here. See that red wick, it went up there and resisted. So I'm kind of cautious, but it is moving in this overall upward direction. So let's see. Now, what I will do with ITC is, if it continues in my direction, I may enter with more, as it gets, to the next level. Like once it crosses this level here, okay, 316.30, I may enter more because that seems to be a brief interim resistance. Next one is GE, Great Eastern Shipping. Great Eastern Shipping is something I entered right here, but it looks like it quickly found resistance here, and but it bounced off of that entry point. All right, so the 20, again, the stock price is higher than the 20. The 20 is above the 60, and the 60 is above the 200. And of course, I was observing a triangle pattern here, and but we'll see what happens. And I'm far away from the all-time high. So I've entered with a little bit, with about 10 or 20%, no, 10% on this one, of what I intend to invest into this stock. All right, so I'm waiting now for a breakout from this resistance point, and I'll observe and I'll enter with more. I've already put in 10%. That's all I have put in. All right, next one is POWERGRID. All right, POWERGRID is something I've shared previously with all of you, and you'll notice that that I'm observing this channel pattern, and along with that, see the moving averages don't really look that great, but because of the channel pattern, I'm in there. Okay, and I'm also observing this resistance level right here. Now it has crossed that resistance, and I'm trying to see. It looks like it's retracing, and it has now touched that point again. See, it went above and came back down, and then it went up above again, came back down. So what does this mean? I don't know. Let's see what happens tomorrow if it continues to move up. If it continues to move up, then I will enter with more capital. For right now, I have noticed I did move my stop loss above my entry point. So in case this turns down, now I will be in the profit. Even if my stop loss hits, I will be in a profit. Now NTPC, and if you would observe that the stock price is above the 20-period moving average, the 20-period moving average is above the 60-period moving average, and the 60-period moving average is above the 200-period moving average. And the prices seem to be swinging up and down within this channel pattern that I have drawn. Okay, by the way, if some of you are wondering what kind of a website is this, what app is this, this is called tradingview.com. I've left a link below, and you can open an account with a free account with tradingview.com if you wish. Or yeah, and you can draw these lines and it will stay there. I think on Zeroda, not much of these drawings continue to, it doesn't remain there. Okay. All right, with this one, it will automatically remain there, and so I find it very useful. So NTPC, now I'm waiting until it goes above this resistance of 160.70, and you'll see that resistance was active right here as well. So I want to see what happens. Will it go up, or will it continue to come back down again? That's what I'm observing. If it comes down again, it may hit the stop, and I make a little profit, I get out. All right, that's a possibility. And then what will I do? Well, I don't know. I might wait until it goes back all the way down here. And when it swings back up, I may re-enter. All right, that's something else that is a possibility. Bank of Baroda is the next one. And you can see where my entry and my stop loss is. Now, am I ready to move the stop loss up? Not quite. I'm not sure yet, but because you'll see that this is like, it's already hit this resistance level. So if anything, yeah, if anything, this looks like a resistance point here, but it's already at that level. So I may leave it right where it is and see what happens. Okay. So now if it breaks above this resistance, then I could enter with a little bit more funds. The next one is M&M, Mahindra and Mahindra. And this one, all right, is just crossed the all-time high. So it's hard to expect anything, but still I am observing this this channel pattern. So it's swinging up and down within this channel pattern. And if you observe that the stock price is above the 20-period moving average, the 20-period moving average is above the 60-period moving average, and the 60-period moving average is above the 200-period moving average. So that looks good, and but I'm not ready to move my stop up any further yet. Okay, this seems to be the but then who knows, maybe after 1 or 2 more days my stop could be moved up above this all-time high. This all-time high itself could be a point of support. Okay, it often does. All right, but let's see what happens. I might wait 1 or 2 more days, and if it still continues to look positive, moving in this direction, then I may move my stop up that way. All right, so these are the 6 that I have, 6 or 7: Mahindra and Mahindra, Bank of Baroda, NTPC, POWERGRID, Great Eastern Shipping Company, and then the ITC right there, and the JSW Steel. All of them are good, but some of them, have resistances that they're facing, and then also some of them getting closer to the all-time high also is a cause for concern. Okay, but for right now, I'm making profits on it, so it's all good. All right. And but now, if you notice, these are the 7 that are in profit, but then the others, I've already showed this to you earlier. They are not in profit; they're actually in loss. Okay, REC Limited, it's in loss because of my stop loss that could not hit at that time. But I think I'm on a good track right now, and so we'll see what happens. Okay, so I hope this helps you. These are 7 that I am currently right now entered in and making some profits, and where my stop losses are, and what my reasoning is for being in the trade. And please note that I've only put in about 10, 20, or 30% of what I intend to put into these companies. All right. Like, for example, if I have the idea of putting in maybe 1 lakh for one trade, then I may only put in 10 or 20,000 at one time. And then I'll wait until it goes to another level. Then I'll put in another 10 or 20,000. Like that, I'll gradually build up to the 1 lakh. All right. And if it looks more bullish like this, I may even put in 20 to 30 at one time. Okay, and so that I can enter in with just 3 or 4 investments. All right, thank you. I hope all of you have benefited from this, and please leave your questions or doubts in the comments below. Thank you. Have a good day. God bless you.